Hey guys, it's Mike with Become the Night. If the sound is garbage, there's a reason for that. I still haven't figured out how I can record with my nice microphone and interface and also play back audio on my computer at the same time. And I wanted to try something a little different this week so we can actually get a little bit of context as to what I'm referring to while I'm listening to the songs. So you will be hearing the song while I am listening to it. This video could get copyright stricken and taken down, just so you know. So we're gonna test this out and see how this goes. If you guys like what I do on this channel, please support me on Subscribestar. Link to that is in the description. I also have shirts for sale right now through the month of February. You can get $4 off your order. Go to the link in the description on Teespring and type in the code MUSICSNOB, all caps, all one word, and you can get $4 off your order. Welcome to Song Suggestion Friday, everybody. This is the show where you guys send me your suggestions of songs you'd like me to listen to and give feedback on. Patrons on Subscribestar do get priority. If you want to know the rules for Song Suggestion Friday, go to the link in the description. All right, so first song today by popular demand is Perennial by Jinjer. Let's get into it. There we go, there's some sound. I do like that guitar tone.
But for what shall last?
Wasn't expecting that. It's a pretty badass riff. Has a Phrygian flavor to it. Oh, that's a great change. That riff is fucking brutal, man. Yeah, I was super impressed by her growls. I forget the girl's name. She's super cute, by the way. Yeah, she has some fantastic vocals, both growls and natural singing voice. Really like that chord progression. It's a relatively simple melody because I mean there's not a whole lot of movement going on. It pretty much just falls right into the chord, and the different places in the chord that she's choosing notes, I forget what the proper word for that is. Basically the way that they're voicing it, the way that they're phrasing the melody, I think is actually quite nice. Has a hook to it in and of itself, even though it's brutal as shit. I really like the mix on the kick and the toms. And the snare is not bad, but I don't know, maybe it's just me listening to it right now. It kind of seems like the mix on the drums is a little bit fuzzy or almost a little bit muffled. Again, I could be wrong. Really like the guitar tone a lot. Not picking up too much bass though. Let me listen to it again. There it is. I can hear it. It's not very present. There it is, there it is. I do like the bass tone. I'm not sure if I am the happiest with how it was mixed or not, but I mean, it's definitely not bad. Yeah, the guy's taste on that hi-hat is pretty good too. He has great feel on it. It doesn't feel robotic or anything. It feels very smooth, very natural. I don't know if I agree with all of his drum writing just like on a personal taste level, but I mean the guy can definitely play and he's making parts that are actually interesting and I would say somewhat unique. I mean they're not just like cookie cutter bullshit. It's a really nice melody there. Nice. Really like that chord progression. Chord color there is really nice too. So it's kind of like a 1 add 11, then going to some sort of dominant. I couldn't tell offhand if that was actually diminished or if it was, it sounded kind of like it would be a 5 as opposed to a 7. And probably a 5 with a 7 in there. And then we keep going further away from that traditional chord progression structure. I really like that a lot. So where you get a little bit of that blackened sound in there. Yeah, that was cool, man. Yeah, I definitely heard less of a strong Opeth influence as we have on previous tracks. All in all, I thought it was pretty cool. There was nothing about it that really gripped me and made me fall in love with it per se, but I mean, I would definitely listen to it, you know. I mean, I don't know if I would necessarily seek it out, but I mean, really well written, excellently performed. I really like the soundscape that they build. The guys are good. They're really good. I'm happy that they're gaining popularity. I'm happy that they're getting some notoriety. They're a solid band, man. So yeah, great for that song, Equal Sign. All right, next up we have Bloodstain by UNKLE. Ugh. Nope, not my thing. I get that it's supposed to build an atmosphere. Not gonna say I really like the atmosphere it's building. Okay, drum beat helps quite a bit, although still not a fan of that timbre of whatever the hell that bass keyboard thing is. I even noticed just from the top that there's a lot of like vinyl noise that I'm sure it's put in there artificially. And I really like the old school, super compressed, but also kind of like, and there's not a whole lot of room mic going on. It's like really, really tight and really dry drum sound going on. Like in the appropriate circumstances, I actually enjoy that sound a lot. Also, good feel on the drums. First instinct, I really don't like her voice. Got a little bit of ear candy up in the higher parts of my ear with the these weird sounds that they're adding in production. I really don't care for this melody. The melody in the chorus here is better, but it's kind of lame, honestly. That one flat 2 chord that keeps coming is pretty cool. I like that. Yeah, I'll be 100% honest. I'm pretty bored now. I'm kind of hoping they change it up here pretty soon. We're 2.5 minutes in and still like focusing on these vocals, which really shouldn't be focused on. That was cool. These lyrics suck. So apparently this track is featuring Alice Temple. Let's not feature her anymore. I feel like I probably need to listen to this band without a feature from Miss Temple. Kind of sounds like the solo from American Woman. I don't know if that was a keys part or a guitar part. I don't remember offhand. Either way, that's what that timbre reminds me of, very much so. Oh, here we go. Here's our Whole Lot of Love middle section. The little twinkling parts up top, like I can literally feel it like right here. That's pretty cool. For some people I could see that getting annoying. I'm digging that drum part there for a minute. Yeah, let the drum let loose a little bit more. That's really cool. No. Now there's this big fucking droning pad that just not interrupted, but just fucking drowned out a whole bunch of shit. Don't really like that sound either. It's kind of like a dirty saw synth that kind of keeps swelling, or like maybe it's filtering.
You are alone.
Fuck off. Alright, I can understand someone liking this song. I'm definitely not that guy. It overstays its welcome by a lot, being almost 6 minutes long. If you're gonna make me listen to the same fucking synth thingy-me-jag line for 6 minutes straight, oh, I'm sorry, except for that like 1 minute where they just kind of dropped it out and did a whole lot of nothing. And man, I really did not like those vocals in the least. So the song does get an equal sign, but not a very positive one. All right, next up is La Muerta by Subsignal. It's a little bit of a weird intro. Can't say I was expecting that acoustic guitar coming in after all that weird shit. Yeah, I think that pedal tone is gonna outlive its welcome real fucking quick too. appropriate double kick. This is mixed really weird. They're giving the keyboards all of the crunchy stuff up in the high mids, and you really should keep your drums up there too, to be honest. I mean, that double kick sounds a little bit too woofy and a little weak. I had the second listen for myself, like a double take, but with your ears, of like, wait, is that a heavily distorted guitar? Like, all of the high mids are so not present in this mix right now. I can tell you from what I can hear of the guitar, I think it's a little low in the mix personally. I think that distorted tone is really cool, especially blended with that bass tone. Like, that's nice and full and like roaring, rip roaring. That was a weird pre-chorus. So that was a weird chorus too. It wasn't a bad chorus, just the rhythmic accents were very unexpected. It didn't allow me to dig into it as much as I wanted to. I'm not saying that's necessarily a bad thing to subvert my expectations, but I think it's something worthy of note. Not really sure how I feel about this guy singing. I mean, I don't want to say it's weak, but it's definitely not strong. With the exception of the rhythms of the pre-chorus and chorus that we just had for the melodies, I think the melodies are actually pretty good. I just don't know if I would pick that rhythmic choicing or not. Let's keep listening. That was unexpected. You know what this reminds me of? This reminds me of a not quite as good Kairos. Kairos writes some really fucking banging tracks, like some really, really good tracks that are like very proggy but still catchy. And like the mixing on this, the choices for synthesizer and for sequencer, and the voice, the actual singer's voice, so reminds me of Kairos right now. Ew, I hate that guitar tone. You hear that? That's almost like a telly, like a country sound. Ew, I really don't like that. And it's not that it's a bad tone in and of itself, it's just very out of place here. I feel like the singer's balls are missing from his voice, man. Give me some passion, dude. I'll give him this. The harmonies are a really, really good choice. I think that helps a lot. I'll be honest, the drums are a little predictable. He doesn't sound like a bad drummer, but I mean, there's just nothing really exciting happening at this moment. That's a cool little sequence there. I'm kind of afraid to hear this guitar solo. That's cool. The way that harmony kind of came in unexpectedly, I thought was actually really cool. That was interesting to me. And now it's persisting. It almost reminds me a lot of like a Steve Vai type of vibe. Okay, hearing that, the guy can obviously play because that was very fast alternate picking. But then, like, where have you been the rest of the song? Who is writing this shit? Why is he playing double kick here? Like, the bass isn't following him, the guitar isn't following him, he's not following either of them, he's just playing double kick because he thought it was a good idea. Like, there's something substantially off with this writing. The guitar parts feel weird for the most part, the phrasing doesn't feel right. The guy plays a weird guitar solo to intro it, I'm just like, man, this is probably gonna suck. And then he does something pretty cool with harmonies, then just randomly throws in super fast alternate picking at the very end that literally melodically says nothing. What the fuck is happening? The acoustic guitar sounds very nice. I'm not mad because I hate it. I'm mad because there's obviously a certain amount of potential here that is completely being missed. I'll give it an equal sign because it's not offensive, but I guess it's partly offensive just to my sensibilities as a musician. It's not like the writing was garbage, but it just could have been so much more. It's like if a bad AI program had to generate a Kairos song just based upon the knowledge that you gave it. If you guys want an example of something with this type of sound being done correctly, go look up Technology Killed the Kids 2 by Kairos, and look up the Badger, who was it? The Lamb, the Badger, and the Bee on the same album by Kairos. Which, by the way, there is new Kairos material coming out here, hopefully this year. I actually got to listen to some of the demos of what they've been working on, and I'm not gonna spoil anything, but it's pretty kick-ass. I like a lot of it. All right, next up we have Negasonic Teenage Warhead by Monster Magnet. Nothing could go wrong with this title. It's a very interesting vocal accent. I'm really over this auto filter right now. I know, maybe that was a phaser, my bad. And there it is again. Didn't take long to come back. Wow, that is a truly boring as piss bass part. Oh my god. Fucking kill me. The drums are the only thing giving this any context to make it not complete trash, and they're not that great. So it's that. It's 1746. There we go. 1746 in minor. It's not a bad chord progression for the type of attitude that they're going for here. What year is this from? 95. Yeah, that sounds about right. Yeah, I don't know. It's kind of lame to me, honestly. Guitar tone matches the bass well. I don't really care for it that much. His vocals on this chorus are significantly better than the rest of what I've heard so far. It's actually a good melody. Yeah, I really don't care for this. They're relying way too much on that fucking phaser, dude. Not a fan of that either. Theory analysis is very boring on every front. The only thing that really gives me some excitement are those chorus vocals, and chorus riff is good. I would not call it like a home run by any means. But there's so much other stuff in here that's just so mundane. I don't know, if you like it, you like it, and that's great. I do not find this like intriguing in the least. The over repetition of the vocals there, I will deny you, I think is actually pretty cool, and it definitely works. It's not remotely enough to save this song. I feel like our theme today so far, with the exception of Perennial, is just big missed because I mean, with the exception of that obnoxious fucking phaser, these guys actually have a good sound. They just don't know how the fuck to write that great, at least for this specific song. Same with Subsignal, that was a royal letdown, and UNKLE was just sacrificing any amount of good songwriting for really obnoxious and I would say pretentious production. All right, next up, last one, A New Color by Astronoid. Okay, my one bitch. They put so much emphasis on the fucking verb and delay of that guitar being obnoxiously present that you're actually starting to drown out the impact of your drums, and that bothers me. You would have so much more headroom if you just dialed that shit back a smidge, like a decibel. Don't get me wrong, it's a cool sound. It definitely is. I think the actual drum mix itself on just the drums is great. I think they just need to be a little bit louder. Yeah, with the exception of the top end of those guitars just being too much, I thought that whole intro was actually really cool. Like, really, really cool. I really like the texturing that they did with all the guitar feedback, and not feedback, but you know what I'm saying, all the guitar effects and everything. That was really fucking cool. You just gotta bring that shit down a smidgen so your drums can fucking breathe a little bit. I'm not gonna say that I like these vocals, but I will say that they fit very appropriately with this sound palette. Like they fit right in. I kind of wish I had a vocal that had a little bit more gusto behind it and was a little bit more upfront as opposed to so wet with all of the verb on it. And I get that that's part of their sound. I'm just saying for my personal preference. The vocals actually remind me a little bit of Smashing Pumpkins. That guitar phrasing is actually really fucking cool. I like that a lot. Yeah, both those guitar solos were really cool, actually. I think his tone to match everything else that was happening in the song was spot on with effects and everything. I think the harmony part following it was really cool. I usually do not expect guitar solos in this type of shit. I mean, it was really cool. I did like it. This is an example of, in my opinion, using double kick appropriately, even for an extended period of time. And I think it might have partly to do with the fact that it's not absolutely pounding and distracting me from the rest of the song. It's actually complementing, and that has to do with the mix. Alright, yeah, it's starting to overstay its welcome just a little bit. Alright, not that I dislike it, but I just get the feeling that that guy relies way the hell too much on his effects. Like, it's really cool, and you can do a lot of very creative and interesting things with that, but, I mean, after a while, it kind of starts to all blend together and just be a little bit of noise as opposed to being a really cool texture. I would not give this a plus sign strictly because the vocals are kind of absent, in my opinion. I would be interested to hear more from this band if they have a different record that was mixed differently and hopefully sang differently. But yeah, this is an equal sign. My suggestion for you this week, go listen to frickin' Kairos. Go listen to The Lamb, the Badger, and the Bee, which I've already suggested before, and Technology Killed the Kids too. That's it for Song Suggestion Friday. Leave your suggestions down below. Please support me on Subscribestar. That is seriously the biggest help. Again, my shirt's on sale this month for $4 off your entire order if you go and use the word Music Snob, all one word, all caps. Follow me on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter at Become the Night. Thank you guys so much for watching. See you in the next video. Rock on!